Next up, our final presentation. We will be hearing from Ian Nightingale, the Industry Advocate, from the Office of the Industry Advocate, and Ian will be providing an overview of what the Office of the Industry Advocate does, a bit about the product register and how you can register your business and how it fits the local business criteria of location, installation, assembly and or manufacture of battery and solar systems in South Australia. Thank you, Ian.
Morning folks, how are you? I'd also like to acknowledge that we meet on the land of the Gunner people too. With these spotlights in my eyes, I can't work out where all my staff are, but if you can, Denise Loftus is here, if you can put your hand up. Is anybody else from my office here? No? If you do after this presentation want to catch up with Denise or I, feel free. My role as the Industry Advocate is an important one. Can I drive it off this or this maybe? So the objective for us in a broad sense is to increase the number and the diversity of businesses that are South Australian based in government contracts. The reason I'm talking to you is, as Sam pointed out, the government's got a really big investment in this program, so this picks up my responsibility to make sure wherever possible South Australian businesses and your businesses that employ South Australians are featured in this. So what I want to do is just walk you through very quickly what the policy objectives are that basically I'll have responsibility to implement and make it very tailored and very specific to this home battery program. So this is a cut out of the South Australian Industry Participation Policy, which I think is relevant. It says that any technical and design specifications should provide opportunities for suppliers that employ South Australians and invest here, and it also should not be an impact. So any design specification shouldn't design out these objectives. The thing that Sam and his team and I talked about quite a while back was why do we need to know where the product's manufactured, assembled, supplied, distributed? Now we came across this about 6 to 12 months ago, which meant was the catalyst for us designing this product register, which I'm going to talk to you about. But really the whole thinking behind it is how do you retain economic benefit in the state? And the other thing that we found was whether it's people working in government, whether it's builders that are building government projects, whether it's architects, engineers, they needed a simple place to go to actually find products that were genuinely manufactured in South Australia by South Australians right through to installation. So what the product register does is it actually looks at labour hours at all those critical parts of the supply chain. Before I get into too much more detail, it's not designed to look at quality, price. It's purely looking at labour inputs, and it is definitely about South Australian people that consider South Australia their principal place of residence. So what we've done, and we've developed this already, we were fairly ambitious. We decided we would take the building and construction industry as the first sector we deal with. And this is a snapshot of our website. Denise is going to help us with this in a second. Ready to go with this or? Yep. So Denise is going to drive and I'm going to talk. So this will be linked to particularly Andrew's work. So when he was talking about systems providers while we're in this priority period, this will be linked to that system provider. You'll find our website will have this section right up the top. How you register your particular business and the product, whether you're an installer, whether you've got a business that supplies, distributes batteries in the state and so on. The thing I do want to mention is it crosses over some of the points Andrew made, and I think probably Ben, when you were talking about different options, where you could have solar as one option, and which is covered through a different range of financing, and then you've got the subsidy for the batteries. It'll pick up both. But here's an example. We've used Tindo because it's a local business, but this is what it would look like if you register your businesses. You jump onto this website, people looking for those products, They click home battery scheme, they'll have a short thumbnail about what that business is all about, and then if you jump to the next bit, which goes to your website, not our website, it will come up with these little logos. So if we can scroll, yep. So it's the state government logo, but it has a very clear description about what it means when we're talking about manufacture, what it means when we're talking about assembly, what it means when we're talking about supply and distribution and installation. And what we're going to be doing together with Sam's team and Andrew's sort of eligibility criteria is use exactly the same logic that we've been using already, so there's no confusion about it, but it will be very specific about this home battery scheme and the systems providers and the priority period. The thing that we do with this is we work with you to get it onto our website through this first connection. We give you approval to use either one or four of these logos, and we validate it. Now, it's been interesting for us running this program in the building construction industry. Can everybody hear me when I'm standing away from the mic? Yep. The market keeps it very honest. So if a business says, oh yeah, we do all four of these, somebody else in the market goes, no, they don't. And then we can pretty quickly sort it out. The thing that we can do is the link to these little logos is by a direct link we've got control over. So we can actually delete it. If one of you, well, I'm sure it wouldn't be anybody in this room, but if someone's being a bit naughty and suggesting that they assemble it here, manufacture it here, and we find that's not the case when they've actually got through their eligibility criteria, not only would be a black mark against you as a system provider, but we'll disconnect you from this and you'll be vacant in this whole space. So this is how it works. We've got some pretty clear descriptions about what manufacture is. We've got some pretty clear descriptions about assembly, and my office is going to work with Sam and his team to make sure, and Andrew's eligibility criteria, to make sure this is kosher. And so what I'm here to talk to you about is do whatever you can to get on board as quickly as you possibly can. Register with us, get your website up and running. It's not hard. Get your website up and running, because what I hope this will do is once the sort of priority period passes, or even if you're a business in this space and you're not linked to one of the systems providers, a lot of people are going to go to this site anyway because it's going to get a lot of publicity. And your business will get the sort of profile that we're expecting. So this is what it'd look like. You'd just be looking at putting that address, that details in, what's your business email address, and we'll go from there. I don't think there's too much more I need to cover other than don't leave it too late.